In the summer of 1518, in the bustling city of Strasbourg, a woman walked into the street and began to dance, not for joy, not for music, not for celebration. She danced endlessly. Hours passed, the sun fell, and the moon rose, yet her feet did not stop. By the second day, others had joined her. By the end of the week, there were dozens, and by the height of it all, nearly 400 people were dancing in the streets until some collapsed and some never got up again. Was it madness, a curse, or something far more disturbing? This strange event is known as the Dancing Plague of 1518. It began with one woman, Frau Trophea. Witnesses say she danced for days without rest, no food, no water, just constant feverish movement. Soon, the streets filled with more dancers, young, old, men and women, each unable to stop. The heat of the summer sun beat down on them, sweat poured from their bodies, feet bled against the cobblestone, and still they kept dancing. Why? Historians have spent centuries trying to answer that question. Some believe it was mass hysteria. The people of Strasbourg, already weakened by famine and disease, simply broke under the weight of fear and superstition. Their minds surrendered to a shared madness. Others point to ergot poisoning, a fungus that infects dry bread, producing chemicals similar to LSD. Those who ate it could experience violent hallucinations, muscle spasms, and uncontrollable movements. There were also whispers of a curse placed by Saint Vitus, the patron saint of dancers. In a deeply religious society, the belief in divine punishment was strong, and fear itself may have fed the frenzy. And then there's one final theory, that the entire event was manipulated, a deliberate distraction orchestrated by local authorities to shift attention away from the growing political unrest. A city forced to watch a strange spectacle while ignoring deeper problems. The city's leaders, desperate to end the madness, made a strange choice. Instead of stopping the dancers, they encouraged them. They built a stage, they hired musicians, believing that if the dancers exhausted themselves, the sickness would pass. But it only made things worse. The music drove the rhythm drove the dancers, and the dancers drove themselves closer to death with every step. As the days dragged on, the dancing took on a stranger shape. It was no longer scattered movements in the streets. Entire squares became filled with bodies swaying, spinning, stumbling. Some screamed while they moved. Others were silent, their eyes vacant, as if their minds had gone somewhere far away. Merchants closed their shops. Children were kept indoors. Priests walk among the dancers, crossing themselves in fear, and yet no one dared to touch them. The city's air was thick, not just with the sound of shuffling feet and pounding drums, but with something else, a feeling like a fever spreading from one soul to the next. Witnesses claimed they could feel the urge to join, a terrifying feeling, as if whatever had taken the dancers might take them too. Weeks passed, and the dancing faded. Some recovered, some did not, and so the city of Strasbourg returned to normal. But the mystery remained. 5 centuries have passed, and we still don't know for certain what made an entire town dance itself to death. Perhaps it was poison, perhaps it was madness, or perhaps the scariest part is that it could happen again.